Hello, vinyl community. How you doing? I'm Gary. This is Physical Format Rock and Roll. Today we've got Bumbleberry from Fatheads Brewery. They're up close to Cleveland. Anyway, I wanted to jump on a thread that Mike over at MGK Boston had started. Normally I wouldn't do a thread like this because it requires me taking out too many albums. And I'm lazy. But I wanted to do that. I wanted to support Mike. Him and his lovely wife Patty did a video, a contest one together, and it inspired my wife enough to actually come on and do a video with me, which is, she doesn't normally ever want to do that. So I owe him for that. Also, I saw some of my best friends jumping on this, doing the video, and then it was just kind of a peer pressure thing. I figured, well, I suppose I better do it. The whole thing is called 12 plus 1 equals 13. It's a baker's dozen, and it's show greatest hits vinyl albums that you have. And at first I was thinking, I don't normally get a whole lot of greatest hits, but as I was looking through some records, I'm like, I guess I have more greatest hits than what I thought. I was kind of thinking more of my greatest hits would just be on CD, but I've got a decent amount on record. So I'm going to start off with this one. The Best of the Animals. This, of course, is all from their 60s output that they have here. This is all their early stuff when they were still doing a lot of blues covers too. Of course, this has House of the Rising Sun and Don't Let Me Be Misunderstood are probably their biggest hits off of that. And We Gotta Get Out of This Place is on here. Boom Boom. They do the John Lee Hooker song, a remake of that. This is pretty good. Like I've said before, this is my holdover album because this album is not in the best shape. So I'm still looking for another copy of that. Staying in the B's here, I got the Birds. So we go from animals to birds. Not the biggest fan of the Birds, so that's why a greatest hits is a good way to get me into them. Of course, this has 8 Miles High, a fantastic song that's off of that. That goes from that to one of my favorite bands, and that would be Abba. This is the Magic of Abba, and this is actually a K-Tel record. And I already have all the songs on here. I've got pretty much most of the Abba discography on vinyl. It has, Dancing Queen, Take a Chance on Me, songs you would expect to be on here. But if I remember right, it's also got it's got a nice representation of, some different eras of Abba. Has Does Your Mother Know, Ring Ring, Waterloo. So, it's going all over the place on here, and I love that because I love all eras of Abba. It doesn't go into the very latest of Abba, like from their Visitors album, but beyond that, great collection. I love anything of Abba. Next, another band that I love, The Best of Blondie. Another album that I don't really need. I probably don't listen to a whole lot because I have Blondie, I have all their albums either on vinyl or CD. I am missing a couple on vinyl, but this is a nice collection. I really recommend this. I love the cover of it. If you are looking to get into Blondie, maybe you're thinking, I don't know if I really like them or not. I would recommend getting a little deeper into it because some of their deeper cuts are better than their hits, in my opinion. Here's one for fun. Mike just did one also called Guilty Pleasures. How about this? Doesn't get any more guilty than this. Captain and Tennille, greatest hits. What the what? This, I used to listen to the Captain Tennille when I was really young. Used to have their stuff on 8-track, and I bought this probably for $1 or $2. Of course, it has Love Will Keep Us Together. The wedding song is on here. Come In From the Rain. That's a good one. Shop Around. They also did a lot of remakes, right? Disney Girls, there's another remake. Lonely Nights, Angel Face. I always like that. I mean, I can't say I listen to Captain Tennille that much, but it's nice to have. Now, this next one, wow, this is A fantastic greatest hits. This is the Beach Boys, the best of the Beach Boys, the sounds of summer. This was their, latest greatest hits that they put out. This is such a fantastic collection. It sounds good. I've got this on CD also. I can't recommend this one highly enough. It's got all the greatest hits you would expect on here. It's also got songs like Wild Honey and Heroes and Villains, which are a couple of my favorite Beach Boys songs. So I love this one. Next up, when I was a kid, you had to own this one, Alice Cooper's Greatest Hits. Geez, this is packed full of hits. This is all 70s Alice Cooper. He's released some greatest hits since then, which I would also recommend, but this is a good starting point. You can normally find this one fairly cheap, and there's not a bad song on this sucker. Alice Cooper in the 70s. Fantastic. Here's another good one. Best of the Psychedelic Furs. This is really good because I know a lot of times it's not that easy to find a lot of the Psychedelic Furs out there on vinyl. So this one is a newer one that they put out, and obviously it doesn't have new songs on it, but this is their latest greatest hits, and it's a good one to pick up. You can pick this up for maybe 20 bucks. Of course, it has Love My Way, Pretty in Pink, India is on here. All That Money Wants, Don't Believe. This is great. This is also a really good one to have. Now that I'm thinking about it, I like a lot of these greatest hits. Here's one a lot of you know. Everybody's familiar with this, right? Hot Rocks by the Rolling Stones. This was the reissue, the Walmart exclusive. This is a double record, has all the hits from the 60s and the very early 70s. It also has some songs on here that weren't necessarily big hits, like Play With Fire is on here, and if nothing else, I'm glad I have it for that. This is super clean, super, nothing wrong with it, right? This was a brand new one. It's not necessarily that easy to find a good copy used, so went ahead and got that. Here's one. This is a great one to have that you might not think about at first, and this is Whitesnake Greatest Hits. This is the one that they just recently put out, and it's part of that whole deal that David Coverdale has been doing with the Whitesnake albums. It's got that super neat looking red vinyl where he kind of does some remixing on some of these, and he brings out the guitar more in some of this. I tell you, even though I have most of the Whitesnake either on vinyl or CD or cassette, I still was happy to get this. I think Josh had this first over at JC Flipside, and he said that how good it sounds, and it really does. This is, I recommend this. If you're a Whitesnake fan, even if you've got this stuff, I still recommend picking that up. Same way with this one. This is the Police Greatest Hits. I got the stuff falling off because I don't have a cover big enough to put it on. This is a double record set, and it has all the hits, a couple things that maybe weren't big hits. Yeah, I have all of the Police discography, which is not that big, on vinyl, but I still listen to this because it sounds so good. I love it. I love this album, and it's got everything in it is well done. This is this was remastered at Abbey Road Studios, and I really recommend that. It's good, even if you have all the Police discography. I still think that's a good one. These next two were gifts from my good buddy Aaron Mutha Alamere. I know it feels like I mention him a lot when I'm showing records, but he has sent me some of my best records. So what can I say? This is War Greatest Hits 2.0. Now, I had War Greatest Hits, the original one, but they went back, redid it, and added another album's worth of songs, which is fantastic. This is probably a great way I would recommend anybody getting into the band War from the 70s, because this has all their best hits on here. I mean, there's a couple others I wish they would have put on, but I can't this is a 5-star record. I love this one. Sounds fantastic. War Greatest Hits 2.0. And then another one, finally, the last one, my +1. Olivia NewtonJohn Greatest Hits, Volume 2. I had the first one on vinyl, but I did not have a good copy of the second one. And of course, you know, she passed away last year, unfortunately. Loved Olivia Newton-John. And Aaron had this fantastic copy of this. He sent this to me. This is like her 80s stuff. Heart Attack, Magic. God, I love that song. Magic, You're the One That I Want. A Little More Love. Xanadu. Suddenly. So this is a fantastic one to have also. So thanks again, Aaron. But hey, go check out Mike, MGK Boston, if you haven't already. Got a terrific channel. Great personality. Good guy. That's my 12 + 1 = 13. Thank you, everybody, for watching. I'm Gary. This is Physical Format Rock and Roll. Till the next time, my friends, I will see you down the road.